Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about my setup, and I thought we'd maybe do a setup tour or something along those lines. I know you guys have been asking for something like a room tour, but to be honest, my room is pretty boring, so I just figured we'd do a setup tour. If you guys did want to know more about my computer setup and you didn't want to listen to the video where I'm just making no sense while I'm talking, you guys can check out my website. There is an interactive photo where you can click and it tells you what exactly everything is and a link on where to buy it. So if you guys didn't want to listen to me talk, feel free and check out my website, alexotos.com, and I'll link you exactly to where that is in the description below. So let's start with the core of every good setup, my desktop tower. The tower case itself is the Corsair Obsidian 500D SE, so it has a tempered glass front panel, special edition, ooh-ah. So to this day, it's actually still one of my favorite cases in the world aesthetically, and building in it was quite easy, to be honest with you guys. I do have a lot of extra cabling in mine, but I was thinking about switching to a larger case or a bigger form factor, but for now I just love this computer tower so much it's become kind of a staple in my setup that I don't really think I'm going to switch out. Plus guys, it's a lot of work to switch a computer case, so I'm gonna ignore that. So inside the computer we have a bunch of Corsair LE fans, 32 gigabytes of Corsair Dominator Platinums with a memory speed of 3200 megahertz. Love these things, I think they're beautiful. And inside we also have a 9700K by Intel. Now I don't have this overclocked, it's just stock speeds. I don't really feel the need to overclock right now just because my system's working fine and I don't need the extra horsepower. But one day I definitely will, and I'll tell you guys what I get it up to. So to cool the 9700K, I have a simple Corsair all-in-one cooler. That particular model I have is the H115i Pro, and it's been pretty good so far. I have no complaints. I was thinking about switching to the Asus ROG, the new ones. But at this time, guys, I just don't really feel like switching out that particular unit. And we have the beefy part of the rig, being the graphics card. And I have one of the EVGA RTX 2080 Ti for the Win 3 gaming editions. Oof, that's a mouthful. So something interesting about this card, and I don't know if it's a negative or just something odd that happened, but one day I was actually just looking at my computer case and I noticed this weird silver metallic thing at the bottom. I went to go open the case and there was the badge for the 2080 Ti, so that's kind of on the part where the fans were, closest to the motherboard. It just kind of fell off and I didn't really know what to think. I did just take it, put it in my drawer, and it's been sitting there for a while, but I thought it was really weird considering how expensive this card is, that they would just adhere something with looks like a little dab of glue. But hey, I mean, it didn't really affect performance at all, unless a little piece of metal does, then I'll be damned. And now to move on to some of the LEDs inside the case. These little cables that connect the power supply units and something like the graphics card and the motherboard, those are by Lee, and they're called the Strimmer cables. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So they're nice, but they're extremely awkward to install and they're kind of bulky. They have these really big bulky connectors that have to be attached to the actual power supply extension cables. They're kind of awkward, guys. Like, it's hard to show in this just because it's all set up, but they're thick and awkward and it just doesn't really fit inside this particular case. It's kind of why I thought about upgrading, but I digress. Those little LED panels you guys see at the bottom, well, not so little, they take up the entire bottom of the case. They're actually from a company called Durelified, and I believe they're based in the UK, which is pretty awesome. They actually do a bunch of custom PC mods, so check them out if you're looking for something to spice up your lighting game. It's definitely aftermarket for sure, but they are fantastic. I love these things. So now moving on to what's underneath my PC. That's gonna be some of my audio gear, and I really like audio stuff, guys. It's something you might have figured out already from all the stuff that I do on Instagram, but audio gear is so cool. So for this big box with these faux wooden panels on the side, we have the Marantz HD DAC1, and I use that as my amp and my DAC, which is connected to my Odyssey LCD2s. I love these things. These are the ones that are phasered. These deserve an entire video on their own, and I will get to that, I promise, but these are my absolute favorite headphones in the world. I've tried things like the Sennheiser HD800s. I've tried things like some of the Focals. I absolutely love the Odyssey ones, and it's been a staple of mine. Plus, they look so good, guys. Like, I can't get over it. Those little wood panels, they fit my desk, they fit my theme. There's a few other things I'll get into when I actually get into a review with this. They're so good. Bit pricey, definitely, but I love them, guys. So also under my desk, you'll notice a little silver box, and that's the Complete Audio 6. Now that is actually going to be an audio interface that's meant for my microphone, and that connects into my computer, and that big thick XLR cable that goes right into the actual microphone itself. Now with that being said, the microphone is the Rode Procaster. I really like it. It's a fantastic mic. So the Rode microphone is actually attached to a shock mount, which is attached to a boom arm, which helps eliminate some of those desk vibrations. So I'll be honest guys, it's a little overkill for what I do, but I am gonna get into podcasts soon. I am gonna be doing some more, I guess, voice editing with that. Is that what it's even called? I don't know. But one day I will utilize that more than I am now, other than just talking to my friends on Discord. So behind my headphones, we have a Hanzo bust, and I'll have a link for that down below as well, or on that page rather. And beside that guys, I have some plans from IKEA, because truly, a setup is not complete if you don't own an IKEA plant. So on the wall, we have my nano leaf lights. Really nothing too special about these. They're nano leaf lights. Everyone seems to have them now, so I won't get into too many details about them. But now we're gonna be talking about my monitors, and I really like these. And I also have really cool monitor stands, which I have not seen anyone else use, which is pretty cool. But the monitor stands themselves are from a brand called Arctic. Actually, Arctic Cooling, if you guys are familiar with some of the PC modding community. They actually made these stands. I think this model is actually the old Z1 Pro, and I think they have a new generation out. But these actually have a USB hub at the bottom, which I utilize all the time. But I really like them guys, they're sturdy, they support both these monitors, and I know the 34-inch monitor is quite heavy. So these were a little bit more expensive than some of the basic Amazon ones, but I definitely think they were worth the price. So the monitors themselves, I know I get a lot of questions about these, I just really kind of dodge the questions, because it's a lot to talk about. There's some problems with both of these monitors. And you're probably thinking, what's the problem, Alex? The 34-inch monitor being the wide one, that's an Asus, I think it's the PG34Q. But that guy there, it does have a little bit of bleeding on the edges of the screen. It's hard to show on a camera. I've already tried, and I did that before even recording this, but basically along the edges, there's a little bit of light. And that's kind of what bugged me enough to kind of want to switch to something new. I did like gaming in widescreen, but not every game supports widescreen. And that was one thing that was really irking me. For example, in Overwatch, you're almost punished for using a widescreen monitor. It's something about competitive play, I don't know. I didn't really like that. A few games did look fantastic in it, like The Witcher, but it wasn't enough to make me want to stay to that particular monitor. So now we have the new monitor I use, which is a 27-inch monitor with a standard aspect ratio. So this guy here is going to be the Acer Predator X27. Now, I really like this guy. I think it's almost near perfect for what I need it to be. It's 4K, HDR, G-Sync. It goes up to 144 Hertz, which I'll talk to you about in a second. But some of the flaws about it, I'd say, are to even get up to 144 Hertz, you need to kind of sacrifice some quality. So it switches into another color mode, which kind of makes the text a little bit blurry, which for me, when I edit photos and I edit video and all that other good stuff, I cannot have that. If anything becomes jaggedy or fuzzy, it's something that won't appear on every device. I just can't use that 144 Hertz. So I'm kind of stuck using 99 Hertz, I believe it is, or like 98, something like that. Now for the gamer who uses this monitor, you probably won't even notice in game, but for me, it does matter a lot. The HDR is fantastic, but with most HDR monitors or HDR displays, it does have some haloing. So that's gonna be like when you move your mouse, which is a white cursor, around a black background, you'll notice that those individually lit back zones will kind of follow the mouse around. So I really can't have that, again, while I'm editing things, so sometimes I have to turn the HDR off and just leave it on standard. Other than that, for gaming, it's an absolute beast. It looks great in HDR, I absolutely love it. But let's talk about, I guess, the desk itself, and that's the IKEA Carlby. That's from, you guessed it, IKEA. So I use an Alex drawer on one side to prop it up, and I use a trestle on the other side. But what's on top of it, we have a mat from Dixie Mech. So this is gonna be the Mecha Pad. I absolutely love this desk pad here. It's probably one of my favorites right now anyways. I've been switching them up a lot recently, but I've been really stuck on this guy. It looks really good. So the keyboard I'm using is the Rama. That's the M60-A, and that's in the color Lake Blue. You guys have heard me talk about this plenty. I have a mini review on this. If you guys want to learn more about it, click the link down below. I'll have a link to the M60-A. With that being said as well, I am going to be using the glorious gaming mouse, the Model O, for my mouse as my other peripheral. I really like this mouse. It's light, it does its job. And then we also just, right now anyways, have some of my switches that I've been playing around with. So I think the majority are the Telios with some GAT inks that I got from Oromec. And guys, there is gonna be a crap ton of switches coming in the next few weeks. I have Holy Pandas with some different lube that I'm gonna be trying. And then I also have some Gateron Milky Yellows, which those should be interesting considering they're not too expensive. So I'm excited to see how those turn out. But the Holy Pandas, I'm extra stoked to get. And then I have some other really cool goodies. There will be some more giveaways in the future as well that I've already planned with some of the vendors. So I'm really excited about that, guys. And that's really all I have on my desk. I mean, if I miss something, then I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'm just dumb. Oh, that's a sticker that I'm working on. I know you guys, some of you guys anyways, have been interested in that. And that pretty much concludes the video. And if you guys did find this helpful, or you guys did just like the video, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, follow, do whatever you guys want to do. And as always, I appreciate every single one of you guys, and you guys have been an absolute joy to make content for. I love you guys, and peace out.